The Transportation Department will start prohibiting unvaccinated individuals from public transport in Metro Manila. This comes as the latest move from the government to restrict the mobility of the unvaccinated in the capital region. The Labor Department has issued an advisory urging businesses to give out paid isolation and quarantine leaves to their workers who contract COVID-19. One teachers group is now asking for a 2-week academic break for their member. The group says more and more educators are either dealing with the flu or have already tested positive for COVID-19. The National Privacy Commission has called for a meeting between the COMELEC and the Manila Bulletin regarding the newspaper's report of an alleged hacking in the poll body servers. Fast, focused, and fearless. Here's a roundup of stories we're watching now. I'm Sean Yao. The Transportation Department will prohibit unvaccinated individuals from riding public transport in Metro Manila. The no vaccination, no ride policy will be implemented while the NCR is under alert level 3 status or higher. Under this new policy, passengers must present physical or digital copies of their vaccination cards or a vaccine certificate from the health department. Riders should also show their valid government IDs with a photo and an address. Persons with medical conditions that prevent full vaccination are exempt from this policy. Those that are out for essential travel to buy food, medicines, and other essentials need to present a barangay health pass or other documents to prove their purpose for traveling. The Labor Department has drafted an advisory urging companies to pay their workers who are under quarantine or isolation because of the coronavirus. Undersecretary Benjo Benavides said it contains guidelines on paid isolation days for workers infected by COVID-19. However, the advisory will not force businesses to comply as there is still no law requiring it. However, Benavides added that the DOLE is supporting proposals to mandate this. Bills seeking paid quarantine and isolation leaves are still pending at the committee level in Congress.
Pasado na siya sa Committee on Labor sa House of Representatives. Sinuportahan po yun ng DOLE. It may not be mandatory, but it will sound as if it is mandatory. So parang wala kasi talaga kaming legal cover pa. Ito po ay advisory lamang para makapagbigay guidance o linaw doon po sa mga hindi malinaw na mga specific labor issues and concern.
Authorities are still investigating a bombing incident in Cotabato where a 5-year-old boy was killed. Jem Avancenia with the report.
A 5-year-old boy was killed after an improvised explosive device exploded inside a bus in Alyosa, North Cotabato on Tuesday. 6 other passengers, including a 5-month-old babe and a 3-year-old girl, were injured but have already been discharged from the hospital. Residents nearby heard the explosion.
Malakas. Kinabahan ako. Paglabas ko, nakita ko sila nandyan. May mga tumatakbo palabas. Ang iba umiiyak.
Initial investigation revealed that the bomb, which was put inside a bag, was placed under one of the back seats of the bus. A cell phone was used to detonate it.
Sa ilalim po ng upuan, nainiwan lang po ng pasahero din na sumakay. Base sa information na ano nila is galing ng pikit po.
And then bumaba po na?
Bumaba po dito sa Alyosan po. Hindi lang namin makita.
A special investigation task group has been formed to look at possible motives, one of which is extortion. The driver and the conductor refused to comment. Recall that in October 2021, a bus under the same company was attacked by hold-uppers also in the town of Alyosan. For News 5, Jem Avancenia, we are One News.
The Alliance of Concerned Teachers is calling for a 2-week health break for teachers in Metro Manila. ACT Secretary General Raymond Basilio said that more than half of the 9,900 teachers in the NCR are experiencing flu-like symptoms. Less than 10% have tested positive for COVID-19. The Education Department says they are listening to the appeal of the teachers. DepEd says that schools may implement academic breaks, but they will need to make adjustments to catch up to the regular school calendar.
Mahirap magturo habang iniinda mo yung mga kalagayang ganito. Sa loob ng 2 linggo na hinihingi natin ay wala sana munang mga deadlines, wala munang mga activities na ilulunsad habang nasa health break tayo.
Let's take a quick look at today's top political stories. Vice President Leni Robredo vows for a cabinet with a wide range of perspective should she win the presidency. Robredo told One News's Agenda that she will be mindful of balance in terms of gender and age groups. And the COMELEC has denied the bid of the Malasakit movement to be accredited as a party list due to lack of merit. Poll body spokesperson James Jimenez says they failed to prove that they represent a marginalized sector. The Malasakit movement's first nominee is former MMDA spokesperson and beauty queen Celine Pialago. The mediation process between Olympic pole vaulter EJ Obiena and his mother organization PATAFA is finally underway. Marty Bautista with the story.
Without humility, without generosity, respect and forgiveness, it's impossible to resolve the disputes.
This is the sentiment of PSC Chairman Butch Ramirez regarding the ongoing mediation process between pole vault star EJ Obiena and the Philippine Track and Field Association, or PATAFA. In the Philippine Riders Association forum yesterday, PSC Chairman Butch Ramirez announced that the mediation is finally underway. He demanded all parties, namely Obiena, PATAFA, and even the Philippine Olympic Committee, to come to the table and settle the dispute like sportsmen. In the board statement, the PSC laid down the following demands. First, for Obiena to finish all his liquidation reports, and second, for PATAFA to reconsider their decision of taking Obiena off of the national training pool. Part of the demands is also for all parties to stop giving public statements.
There were many comments na walang ginagawa ang PSC. I would like to correct you. Mediation requires science, skills, and experience.
One rule for the mediation process is for all parties to stop throwing comments at each other in public. The Philippine Dispute Resolution Center, or PDRC, is also involved in the process. Ramirez is hoping the camps could find a resolution. But at the same time, he says he understands that the process may take some time and has no set deadline. Ramirez hopes, though, that they could find a solution to the problem before his term ends on June 30, later this year.
Let's do it together, like what we did in SEA Games, Asian Games, and Olympics. Let's finish the race together.
For now, Ramirez has asked POC Chief Bambol Tolentino for his trust and understanding with regard to the due process needed by Obiena and PATAFA. Ramirez also called on those not involved in the mediation process to just stop making comments. The PSC has only recently approved a medical procedure that EJ Obiena needed. In addition, the PSC chief also announced that Obiena's incentives are on their way and are being finalized by the National Sports Association. To be able to take the incentives, an approval from PATAFA was needed, which Philip Elahuico gave in goodwill for the mediation process. For News 5, Marty Bautista. We are One News.
Let's now take a quick look at today's other top stories. The National Privacy Commission has arranged a clarificatory meeting with the Commission on Elections and the Manila Bulletin over the daily's alleged report on hacking. The NPC said it also started a separate inquiry on the alleged hack after receiving a tip from the Manila Bulletin. The Interior Department has released a memo ordering all barangays in the NCR to determine who among their residents have not yet been vaccinated. This is in order to support the additional restrictions to be imposed on unvaccinated individuals. The DALG says some provinces may also enact similar protocols soon. The reproduction rate in the NCR has gone down to 4.69, according to the DOTr research group. What this means is that one COVID-19 positive person infects at least 4 others. The current reproduction rate is lower than the 6.16 R0 recorded on January 2. For more updates, visit News 5, the Philippine Star, and Business World online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on the Signal Play app. Register for a free account at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. Masks on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. I am Sean Yao. We are One News.